I don't know if I'm live. It just said live stream is not available right now. But then here I am, so I don't know. Gotta love YouTube. I don't know if it's working or not. So if you're watching this video in the future, you may have to fast forward a couple of minutes until I figure out whether or not people can hear me or not. And I'm starting this live stream at a weird time, so I don't know if anybody will even come. Yeah, I think it's like early in the morning in the east coast of the United States and kind of in the early evening in India, so it's kind of a weird time. Anyway, if anybody is watching, can you tell me if you hear me or not? Do you hear me? Anybody hear me? Oh, and I wanted to do this also. Maybe that's better. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Good, you can hear me. Amazing, it's working. Yeah, so it is 6:30 p.m. I'm in Tamil Nadu, India, the southernmost state of India. Been here for a long time. I've been in this box behind me for, well, since January 2nd. That was my first day. And it's been an interesting journey. So those of you who have watched my previous live streams over the last 6 months, it's been the same story basically every time. I'm stuck inside, nowhere to go. Some things have changed. Generally, the situation here is all of the businesses are open throughout the week. Like 100%, everything is normal. But everybody has to wear masks, except for Sunday. Sunday is lockdown. So today is Sunday, and all day you're not allowed to go out of your house unless you're a milkman. Apparently the milkman could honk his horn and serve milk to people, but everybody else has to stay inside. Yeah, so anyway, milk is essential, I guess. Yep, so that's basically it. Interesting side note, yesterday and today I've spent a lot of time changing old thumbnails and editing a couple tags and stuff on older videos. And in order to do that, I have to go and find a photo from the video to change the thumbnail. So I was watching some of my old videos, not the videos, but going through some old footage really quick. And I must say, watching my old content makes me want to go back to the Philippines. I really want to go back. I miss it there. I miss the Philippines. I miss everywhere that I've gone, but I don't know, something is just magical about the Philippines. It's just a relaxed area, beautiful. I guess I was captured by the beauty captured me, the mountains in the background, the beautiful scenery everywhere. There's super clean water, unlimited islands, 7,000 islands. Makes me want to go back, not kidding. So anyway, that's kind of what's been happening. Yeah, but I don't know when. So many of you know that my goal is to go to Sri Lanka, but obviously I can't. Today is the 26th. Apparently on the 30th, whatever the last day of July is, 31st, I think. That's when they're supposed to announce the reopening of the airport. But again, every 2 weeks they do the same thing in India, where they say international flights will open in 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks comes and they delay it by another 2 weeks, by another 2 weeks. So in a couple of days they'll make another announcement. I don't know whether or not they'll open it. Many local people seemed kind of optimistic about it, so maybe soon that will happen. And again, many of you know that my goal is to go to Sri Lanka, probably just for a couple days. I don't know. Like, I planned on for 1 month, just under 1 month, but now I think I'll probably go for like a week or two and then fly to Delhi. So if anybody's in Delhi watching this, we can maybe have some tea somewhere if you're up for that. And I'll be there for a little while, undercover. and that's it. And then my goal is to get a visa to go to Pakistan, and then Pakistan will happen maybe 1, 2, 3 months. I don't know how long I can get a visa for. It's a really weird, strange process for the Pakistani visa. When I read into it, I get confused every time. So, yeah, especially being a foreigner, an American specifically, being an American in India while I want to get a visa for Pakistan. Apparently, that's like a weird thing. So I have to go through this special process. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's the news. So other than that, here I'm just hanging out every day, same thing. I'm either editing, updating YouTube and stuff. That's been for the last couple days, and writing for the new website. So that's pretty much been my mission for the last several months. What is your problem? No problem. You should have came to Chennai rather than choosing a different area. Yeah. It wasn't really a choice. It was just a random area that I came to, and here I am. India and Pakistan relations are historically tense. Yes, they are. Yep. Tell me something in Tamil. I do not speak Tamil. All I know is yes is hamama. That's it. What else? Yesterday I learned. What is it? Anji, I think. God, I'm gonna mess it up. Enig. Oh my God, what is it? Which means ginger. Did I delete it? Ginger right here. Inji. That's it. I learned that unintentionally. Yep. Chennai is a metro city. It would have been safe there. I feel much safer in a village, so I feel totally okay here. It's just boring. That's all. You have an impressive spirit surviving that place for so long. Yeah. I just have so much to do every day, so it kind of keeps me occupied. Every day is just the same 3 different things over and over and over and over again. So it's kind of boring, but yeah. The frustrating part, I would say the most frustrating part, one of the most frustrating parts about right now in this village is that the power goes out constantly. It goes on and off all day long. Today it was out for probably 2 hours total. 40 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes here, and it's just like really frustrating because in this room it gets really hot. That fan, it goes so quickly, but when it shuts off, it's just so hot in here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Visit in Sylhet for once. Hey, I was in Sylhet. I was there. Maybe that's how you found me. I don't know. Yeah, you should go watch some of the Sylheti videos. I have a couple of them, but I would like to return. I do. That's kind of on my agenda. I want to return because now I have a drone that I can use. So hopefully I can get some footage with the drone without being arrested in Bangladesh. The laws say no, but the local people say, yeah, it's no problem. So I don't know. It's so weird. How is the internet signal here? I don't have Geo. I have, I don't know, the other company, Airtel. And it's good. It's okay. For 4G, it's okay. But I would love to have high-speed internet. I think I average right now at like, I don't know what it is. On my phone, it reads like, when it's at its highest, like 1 megabyte per second, 1.2 megabytes per second. So not super fast. I wish I had I wish I had like 20 megs or 100 megs per second. Oh my God, that would be amazing. I have my hard drive and I keep creating content. It keeps getting fuller and fuller, right? And I need to upload that to my cloud, but I haven't been able to for more than 200 days. So that's crazy. 200 days. So it's scary. So if anything happens to it, it's gone forever. I need to upload it, but I can't because I have such a small amount of data for 4G, and it's so slow that it would take 5 years to upload this content at the highest speed. So crazy, right? I can leave the village that I am in, yes. I can travel in India internally, meaning if I wanted to go from here to Chennai, I can. I'm not currently, this area, Tamil Nadu, is under lockdown, so I'm not allowed to leave the state. But people said that that might change soon, but it's just too complicated for me to go play. You have no idea how difficult it is for a foreigner to travel in India when you're trying to stay in hotels or stay or find a place to rent. This place is the first time in more than 1 year of traveling throughout India. I have talked to more than 100 different people to try to rent a room, and I've been denied more than 100 times in India because I'm a foreigner. So this is the first time I've ever been able to rent a place. I just was connected to this guy, and he says, yeah, no problem. Every other place has been no, instantly no. So anyway, I could leave this village if I wanted to, but it's so complicated. I have to pack everything, get everything ready. Plus my flight is going to be out of Madurai. So I don't want to go too far away anyway. It's so complicated. No, I will not leave this area until I need to. Netflix or Amazon Prime? No, I think my mother has Netflix, and I could probably download it and get her password and use it. But if I did that, something tells me that I would become addicted to a series, and then I wouldn't get any work done throughout the day. So I'm using this time to create and update and do a lot of things that needs to be done. So, yeah. Yeah, still want you to get back to the Philippines, Brock. Yeah, every country I go to, people have a different name for me. In India, in the north, many people had difficulty with my name. And what was it? What have people said in the north? They would say, they couldn't remember. They could pronounce it if they wanted to, but they couldn't remember it. So I'm always bro, bro. What is your name? Bro. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, but people use that as slang anyway, just calling each other friends. But that was my name in northern India for a lot of people. And in the Philippines, it was, what was it? It was Bronx, like the Bronx in New York, Bronx, or Frank. Those two names, because they couldn't say Brock. I don't know why. So I was either Bronx or Frank. And then in Vietnam, I was Rop, R-O-P, Rop. And they do this with their cheeks too, because when they make the M or P sound, they blow up their cheeks. That's what they do in their language. So I was Rop. So crazy. Can you paint the walls? No, I would not want to buy paint to paint the walls. Blue's cool. I don't mind blue. It's way better than white. White is so boring. So blue, it's not bad. But I don't think so. I don't know. Stranger Things? I don't know. Like the movie, the show? I don't know. I think that's a TV show on Netflix, but I haven't watched it. To find places where more foreigners pass through. Yeah, so I go to the opposite areas of where the foreigners are. Wherever the foreigners are, I go the other way. I don't like to go to foreigner areas. The whole point of me traveling is to stay away from foreigners, just because I like authentic culture. So I like this village because it's authentic, it's raw. There's not white people walking around everywhere. In fact, I've seen zero since I've been here. So that's how I like it. You need an e-pass to come to Chennai now. Oh, okay, yeah. I have no interest in going there at all, really. Madurai seems interesting because you have temples. I don't travel for temples. Temples are so boring to me. I've been to so many countries and I've seen 1,000 temples and I am done with temples. But the only temple I am interested in seeing is the temples in Madurai. They're particularly unique and have quite the story. So that's an interesting thing. Rumble in the Bronx, yeah. I know I love your style of travel and you barely scratch the surface of that country. I don't know what country you're talking about, but in all of the countries I have barely scratched the surface. There's so much more traveling to do in every country. I love it. Are you from Grand Rapids? Yes, I'm from that neck of the woods, yes. Visit Darjeeling. Yeah, that was on my list. Before I came to India, I thought, oh, I gotta go to Darjeeling. Until I Googled it, and every single photo, every single video that pops up are just foreigners. So I'm like, it's gonna be another tourist trap. Yeah, but before I came to India, I drank quite a bit of tea when I was in the United States, and one of my favorite teas every time was Darjeeling. That was probably in my top 5. Darjeeling tea. So I thought the only reason I wanted to go to Darjeeling was because that was where the tea came from. So I thought, oh, I'll go there just because. And then I Googled it and realized it looks like a tourist trap. So then I thought, no, I don't want to go to Darjeeling anymore. So I don't know. That's how I think about it. Many people in India have said, oh, you need to go to this. Like one of the big ones was I think it was Pushkar Camel Festival, something like that, in northern India. And I thought, wow, yeah, sounds amazing. Everybody gets together and like sells their camels in a desert. Like that sounds like epic culture, amazing. And then I Googled it and all I can see are foreigners walking around everywhere throughout this whole thing. And I thought, oh my God, no, not interested anymore. So yeah, I'm the type of person when I'm traveling and I see a foreigner walking or driving in a motorbike or a car, instantly I think, oh, I'm in the wrong place. I need to get out of here immediately. I feel like I miscalculated and came to the wrong area. And by wrong, I mean an area full of foreigners. So I really try to avoid foreigners. I don't know. It's just how I travel. Maybe I'm weird. I am weird. I have an issue with how Americans term foreign things authentic. What would be authentic America? Yeah, that's an interesting question. For me, personally, I guess when I use the term authentic, it's basically usually anywhere outside of a tourist area, because generally when you go to a tourist area, it is designed for tourists everywhere. Everything is a higher price. Everything is designed and geared towards the foreigners. So you will see things written in English in countries where English is not normal. India is an exception, but you'll find things written in Russian everywhere. You'll find things written in Korean everywhere. You'll find things written in Spanish. And you think, what? Like, I'm in India. Why are things written in Spanish? It's because you're in a tourist area, and so many tourists go to these areas that they make signs to attract them to go into certain businesses or hotels or whatever. So yeah, basically places where tourists don't go, generally, that's generally authentic, because the people are not used to seeing foreigners at all. So their culture, their personality, and the businesses are not geared towards tourists or tourism. So that is how I see it. Maybe there's a different definition for other people, no idea, but that's how I see it. What about Nilgris? Maybe you or someone sent me that word recently in the last month or two, and I think that's an area in Tamil Nadu with mountains, if I'm not mistaken. That rings a bell, but I have not been there. Just said about just said about Philippines. I'm from the United Kingdom, but Philippines and Indonesia, I love. I know, I agree. You need more time in the Philippines. I know, you're telling me. When I went to the Philippines, I've never been to Indonesia, but when I went to the Philippines, when I started to travel the world, the first thing I did was went on a cruise ship. I thought I could work on a cruise ship and start traveling the world and have this perfect blend of travel, a little bit of work, travel, a little bit of work. Nope, turned out to be awful. So after my 6-month contract on a cruise ship, I got off. And I started to travel. I was supposed to have 3 months or 2 months, 3 months of traveling. And then I was going to return on the ship and do it again. But I hated it so much that I just said, nope, I'm done. I'm not going to return. And I've been traveling ever since. And that was I left for the ship June of 2016 and started to travel June of 2016. So after my 6-month contract, I went to the Philippines, but the visa only is for 30 days. So I went, I traveled for like 2 weeks in Manila, and then I went to Thailand for 30 days because I needed to exit and come back. And then I traveled for another few weeks, like 3 weeks in Puerto Princesa, Palawan. And yeah, so the downside was I had limited time. My time was so limited because at that time when I booked everything, I was supposed to go back to the cruise ship, which then, so I only had a limited amount of time in Philippines. So that stinks. In addition to limited time, the visa it wasn't cheap. It still isn't, from what I understand. There's mixed information I get on this. When I talked to the immigration officer who issued the visas, he said that if you want to stay for 6 months, it'll cost you about $650 US for a 6-month visa, which is insane, especially when you compare it to the average income of a local Filipino. Like, it's ludicrous. It's just highway robbery and cheating foreigners, if you ask me. But so then I didn't. But then I heard, after like 2 years, like a year later, someone sent me a message and they said something like, or I was Googling it, something, and they said, well, there was one man who made a posting, and he was in the Philippines for 6 months for the 6-month visa, and he paid like $300 for it, or $250. So he says it depends on where you get it. If you get it at the airport, it's different than if you go to like the branches outside or something like this. So interesting, because everyone like cheats you and marks it up in their own personal pricing or something like that. So I don't know. Anyway, I would love to go back, and I would love to spend so much more time in the Philippines. 6 months, 1 year, awesome. But right now I'm focusing on going to countries that visas are kind of cheap, like India. I paid once and I have it for 10 years. I have like 9.5 more years, 8.5 more years remaining on my visa. I also have a Chinese visa for another 9 years. I don't think I'll be going to China anytime soon, though. The laws are changing so quickly, and it makes me really concerned to be a tourist in that country right now. I don't know, it just gets weird. So I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's why I'm in India a lot, because I don't have to spend money on visas. Because obviously, for those of you who know, I don't earn a lot of income, in fact, like none. And because of the changes on YouTube since the pandemic thing happened, YouTube has died for me. I mean, dead. Income on YouTube was never great. It was just enough to buy food every month, but it is dropped about 70% cut. 70% is just gone. Everything, the ad revenue is just dead. Viewership is dead for my channel. And I think it has to do with me talking about China when this whole virus thing happened, and they censored my channel, and it's been like that ever since. And everyone who was talking about that topic at that time was all censored, every single one of them. So I'm just one of the unlucky people whose channel got cut because of the topic that I was talking about. And so it hasn't been the same since at all. Anyway, Ugh. So yes, I want to go back to the Philippines. I would love to, but unfortunately, the amount that I would have to pay for a visa is, it's just too much right now. Being that I've been traveling for 4 years, living off of my savings account, it's scary, really. So I have to spend just as little money as possible. So for those of you who are working and have a job, you're like, yeah, what's $600? What's $300? Yeah, I could do it, but then it makes me very nervous. Then my trip is cut down. So I just have to be cautious right now and spend as little as possible. Not to mention, I thought this whole pandemic thing would be so far done by now. When they announced, lockdown, I thought, okay, 2 weeks, maybe a month at the most, and then everybody will be out traveling again. Ha! Yeah, right. That didn't happen. And so all I'm doing is staying here and spending money and spending money and spending money and spending money. There's like, it's crazy. But yes, I want to go back to the Philippines. But someone recently, maybe you're on here right now, I don't know, told me that I can get a visa for Vietnam for like $300 for 6 months. That's cool. It's not the cheapest, but that would be fun. Go to Vietnam again and do all kinds of filming for 6 months. I would enjoy that. Yeah, so I don't know. There's so many places that I want to go. I want to go to Indonesia. Oh my God, I want to go everywhere. Pakistan is on my list, so I don't know. Anyway, where was the last thing that I read? Philippines. Okay. Hey, Grand Rapids. You're on the same longitude as Toronto, Brock. Yeah. Do you miss the Grand Rapids winters? No, like not even a little bit. I hate them. No. No. When I was 22 years old, I left Michigan and moved to Arizona, and then I lived in Arizona for 5 years. I actually lived in Hollywood, California for 3 months, and then there was too much smog every day, so I left, and then I went to Phoenix, and then I lived there for 5 years, and then I started to travel. So I haven't lived in the cold for so many years, thank God. I hated, that was one of the big reasons why I left, is I just hated the weather so much. Did you tour USA before you started to travel other countries? No, I didn't. I traveled a little bit. I mean, I did a road trip out west to Colorado from Michigan and stopping in a couple states. I did a road trip. Was it a road trip? I don't remember. Down to Florida. Is it a road trip? Or maybe I flew to, I don't know, flew to Florida a couple times. And then I did my own personal road trip from Michigan all the way out to California, stopping at different hotels, but that wasn't exploring. It was just a road trip, just drive. So no, I have not explored much in my own country. It's really expensive in my country. It's significantly cheaper to travel and explore in other countries. Nope, I didn't send you anything. Broke, I don't know. You can leave for 24 hours and go back, but it's quite easy to extend it. Yeah. You can leave for 24 hours and go back. It's quite easy to extend it. I don't know what country you're talking about, but probably the Philippines. Yeah, but Philippines is an island and you have to fly. It's not just like you walk across the border and you come back. You have to fly and pay for a plane ticket. And when I did that, you only get a 30-day visa for free, and then you have to leave and then come back. But the cheapest plane ticket that I bought round trip was $250. So basically $250 every time I get every month, $250 a month just because I need to fly. And so it just becomes too expensive that way. So anyway, yeah, if I could get a long visa for cheap in the Philippines, or if my income exponentially grows randomly in the next year because of YouTube traffic, then great. Yeah, Philippines will be no problem. Visas will be no problem, and traveling more will be no problem. I'm just playing it safe. Can I afford it? Yes. I just play it really safe because I don't want my trip to end, right? I want the trip that I'm on to last for as long as possible. And the way to do that is to travel as cheap as possible. Even when I see shiny objects like go to the Philippines and have fun for 6 months, even though the visa is $650. Can I do it? Yeah, but it's like a shiny object, and I would rather save money and wait until either A, I have a lot more money, or B, the visa becomes cheaper. What's your next trip? What's your next trip? Where? I will be going to Sri Lanka, and then I will be going to Pakistan if everything goes okay. It depends on. It's all dependent now upon what happens as a foreigner when I travel to a country. Some countries right now, you immediately are told that you need to go to a specified hotel, and sometimes they're not cheap, and you have to be there inside for 14 days under a quarantine, just because you crossed the border, even though you had no symptoms or anything. So, yep. So no, thank you. So anyway, Sri Lanka is where I planned on going, and then fly to Delhi, and then from Delhi go up to Pakistan. Seen a lot about taxable income from YouTube, so that's made a difference to people. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I earn so little from YouTube anyway that it's not even worth it taxing it. I mean, it's like nothing, really. You made my friend famous, Raul. Yeah. Raul. Welcome to Tamil Nadu. Thank you. Will you return to the USA anytime soon? No. That's like the last place I want to go. Like, I would rather go to any other country in the world than back to the United States. It's so boring, I guess, because I travel specifically for culture, and because I completely understand the mindset and the culture of Americans, that it's so boring for me. It's not even fun. Canada would be boring for me as well, but I would rather go to Canada and travel than I would in the United States, simply because there's small differences with Canadians and Americans, and I would try to learn them, pick up on them, understand it. Yeah, so no, I have no plan on going back there anytime soon. But you got to vote soon, right? Yeah, probably should, but it's a bit weird voting while you're in a different country. I don't even know how to do it, and so I'm not even going to try. You can't go to Pakistan directly. It should be via Dubai. You can't go to Pakistan directly? What do you mean? Yeah, you can. Directly? Whether I go from India to Pakistan or Dubai to Pakistan, it's direct. But I will be walking across the border. So I'm going to take a train to the north and then walk across the border and then go from there. That's what I plan on doing. You've seen nearly all of my vlogs, but only ones I saw in the States were selling your car. Yeah, I remember that. And the trip was with your mom. Yeah. All your vlogs, but only ones I saw. And yeah. That, there's one more at the very beginning of my channel. I went to Tucson, Arizona. It was me and a friend, and we just drove down to Tucson and hung out for the day and then drove back. That was very fun. That was my first, I think that was my first travel vlog ever. Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to think. I'm going back 4 or 5 years now. 5 years. I think that was my first travel vlog ever, is traveling with Dion to Tucson. That was cool. That's crazy, though, that you've seen that many vlogs. I have a lot. I think I have 300. I think so. I don't know. I don't know how many. I don't know where on my channel it says how many videos that I have. I think it's 300. Oh, wow, look at that. It says I'm live. Hello. I don't know how to tell. I click on my channel. It says subscribers. If I click on about, I can see how many views I have. I have had 2,600,000 views, but it doesn't say anything about Videos, does it say here? I can click on videos, but it doesn't actually say how many. But I think it's over 300. That's a lot. Oh my God. Craziness, right? If you're crossing the border, go through Atari border. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, correct. That's where I will be going through. Yes. Been living in India my entire life. My preferences are completely different to yours. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm not normal. I want to travel to Western countries, but it's too expensive. I know, it's too expensive for me either. I remember I traveled from, I was 17, so now I'm 32. So more than 15 years ago. Yeah, I don't know, I'm terrible at math. Almost 15 years ago, I traveled 3 hours on a bus, 3 hours on a bus from here to here and then back. So 3 hours, that's several hundred kilometers. And I'm trying to find a calculator here. And I paid, current exchange rate is 75 to 1. So I paid 7,425 rupees for that ticket more than 10 years ago, just to go from 3 hours here, 3 hours back. Not first class, just general class, normal. That is how expensive it is to travel in the United States. A bus, it's insane. That same ticket in India would cost maybe 500 rupees each way, something like that, if I got decent seating, and probably even a bed to sleep in. It's insane. So it's really, really, really expensive in the United States. But yeah, if you're working and have a job, no problem. But I don't have either of those right now, so it's a little bit weird for me right now. Tried the Goli soda yet? I don't know. The closest thing that I have to soda is this Tang. I mix it with water and drink it. It's really good. In fact, I want some now because I'm thirsty. But this week I bought a bottle of carbonated water. What do they call it? Club soda, but it's just carbonated water. And so I pour some of this in here and then basically pour that soda in there. And then, yeah, it's like I'm drinking soda, but I don't do that very often. I just tried it because I thought it would be interesting. It was. But yeah, now, little Tang, mango Tang. Which phone are you using? Oh, you don't want this answer. Does it say? Can you read this? Huawei, the company everybody hates right now, Huawei. Yep, that's the phone. I got it while I was in China, and I'm sure the Chinese people are listening to me talk right now. Yep, crazy, right? Huawei, it's a really nice phone. It's really fast. Everything is good about it except for, even though when I started the phone for the first time and turned it to English mode instead of Chinese mode, you can just select the language. Even though I did that, some things are not in English and still in Chinese. So I have actually needed to learn Chinese characters to operate my own phone. I would say 99% of the phone is in English, but 1% is still in Chinese, and you cannot make it go away. So that's frustrating. What else? Oh yeah, the other problem was when I got the phone, I started installing apps and everything that I'm used to. Turned out after I got the phone that Google was blocked. Everything about Google was blocked. Not just because I was in China, because I used the VPN while I was in China. The phone was blocking it. So the whole phone was pointless. The whole thing was just like throw it in the garbage can now because it doesn't work. And then I kept searching Google over and over to find a solution. Well, I went to some dodgy website that looked like it was made in 1999, Web 2.0, and there was a link that said, yeah, download this and put it on your phone, and it will allow Google to be on your phone with a Huawei phone that's blocked. And I thought, oh my God, I had no option. It was basically throw the phone in a garbage can or try this. So I tried it, downloaded it, and it worked. But the problem is, if anybody sends me a message or anything, all notifications are blocked. The only way I know if I have an email, the only way if I know if someone sent me a message on Instagram or YouTube or anything, the only way I get notifications, not notifications, the only way I know if I have a message is if I go into the app and like wait for it to load, and then it says, new email, or you have a message on Instagram, or you have a new comment on Facebook. I have to go into each app individually multiple times every day just to check to see if there's something new, because it will not automatically send me it. It's so weird. So that's the downside to this phone. Yeah. I admire you for living the moment and not worrying about tomorrow. I want to be you. Oh, thanks. Yeah. There's pros and cons. I will say the majority of them are pros rather than cons. But yeah, there's pros and cons to it. It's not all balloons and puppies, I promise. There's a little bit of stress within this whole thing that I don't usually discuss, but it's stressful sometimes. Out of all the places you have visited until now, which is 23 or 24 countries, what do you think is the best place to live or settle in? Easiest was Vietnam, because I could walk around and say, hey, I want to live there. And if I gave them money, they say, yeah, no problem. 10 minutes, I can sign a piece of paper. Not even sign. Did I sign? I don't even think I signed. They just photocopied my passport, and within 10 minutes, I had a room just like that. I'm not talking hotel. I'm talking rent an apartment. Not joking. I was traveling in India for more than 1 year, and this room right behind me, the one I'm in now, is the very first time after asking more than 100 different room owners. This is the very first time someone said yes. So that gives you an idea how difficult it is in India. And people may argue and say, no, I've traveled in India before, it's not difficult at all. Yeah, because you're sticking to the tourist areas. The second you get out to the foreigner district, outside of the foreigner district, everything changes. It's just unreal. You are a spy or a terrorist because you're a foreigner and they don't want to rent to you. It's insane. So I would say, if I could find a place to live in India easily, like just if I could say, I want to live here, here's money, and people say, yeah, no problem, I would say probably India would be right at the top of my choice. Maybe the same thing for Bangladesh. I don't know. Bangladesh and India felt the same to me. I want to travel in Bangladesh a little bit more. But what was the other thing? The Philippines, like, I want to go back and travel there more. 47 days is not enough. I just started to understand and taste the culture. So I would love to go back and experience a little bit more. So out of what you said, all the places that I've been to and everything that I know now, I would say India, just because it's easy-ish. Other than the rent a room thing, everything else is easy. But India is really difficult to rent a room outside of the tourist area. Yeah, crazy, right? But I would also like to go back to Vietnam and do the whole Vietnam thing, because when I was in Vietnam, I helped out and taught a lot. So I did not travel much at all in Vietnam. I mean, literally, it was just, I was in the same place for like 10 months, and even though I stayed there for like 13 months, I was pretty much tied down. And then 3 months in Ho Chi Minh City. I don't know, I almost didn't travel at all in that whole country. So I would love to go back and just travel and just do the whole culture thing, meet people. I don't know, to me that'd be fun. So I'm a Huawei user too. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, Tang, good old childhood memories. Yeah. Not a great time to use Huawei in India. I know. Huawei is still a great phone, better than +1. I don't know what that is, but yeah, the phone itself is good if you get through the barriers that I mentioned. It's a rock solid phone, and it's powerful. It's strong, and I love it. But yeah, there's some issues. Modi is gonna ban you for using Huawei. Yeah, I don't think they can. They can't ban the phone. They can ban you from purchasing it, but they can't shut down the phone. I don't even think they could if they wanted to. I don't know. It's so weird. Maybe. Says 299 vlogs. Wow. But I count 393. Yeah. Wow. You watched all. But I count 393. That's impossible. So I think 299 vlogs. I was just going through my options a couple days ago, and I realized some vlogs I did not put inside the vlogging folder, travel around the world vlogging folder thing. And so I thought, what? How did I forget to put it in a folder? So some, I don't know, maybe you're getting a number, I don't know. Some numbers might not be correct, but, hello, lifetime travel mates. Yeah, you're in Goa now. Yeah, far away, far away, far away. I'm jealous. You can go swimming every day. I am like 2 or 3 kilometers away from the sea, but I cannot go because I can't walk that far. I don't want to walk that far, especially now because everybody's terrified of foreigners. I'm sure, I can only imagine you know what that's like here now. Like sometimes I'm walking down the street, people in front of me, they'll walk past each other just like this, just like normal. But then when I'm walking, like a local man is coming, and then I'm coming, he sees me, he's like, whoa, he goes all the way around. Like they're so terrified of foreigners. It's so crazy. Whatever, it is what it is. You should visit Bangladesh. I have visited Bangladesh. You should visit Bangladesh again, maybe. Yes, I should. I want to visit. But I want to visit the Philippines again. I want to visit Vietnam again. I want to visit, I don't know, other places. I would like to visit Thailand again, but totally different area. I fell into the tourist trap the majority of the time, unfortunately, I think, even though I tried to avoid it. But now I would go to the east, where foreigners don't usually travel to. That's where I would like to go. I will be studying abroad in Singapore next year. What Southeast Asian and Asian countries in general do you most recommend from your experience? You'll be studying abroad in Singapore, all of them. Like all of them are totally different from each other. All I can tell you is just do all of them. So when you're ready to travel, do a search and figure out what the cheapest plane ticket is at that moment, and just go there. Pick one, just go, and you will have fun, and then you'll go back, and then eventually you can have time for another vacation, and then just pick another one. Just follow the cheapest plane tickets, really. There's no country that I would say you should visit more than another, because they're all so unique and interesting, unless you're searching for something in particular. Like if you're searching for beauty, go to the Philippines. If you're searching for like culture that is so different and it feels like you are stuck back in time, go to Vietnam. That culture is so untouched. I mean, yeah, there are some people, I don't know how to describe them. The majority of their culture is so rich and authentic, and there's no Western influence. How about that? So if you're interested in that type of thing, go to Vietnam. But man, go to all of them. I have not been to Laos. I don't know. Laos. I have not been there. I would like to. Monsoons in Goa. Oh my God. Luckily, the weather has been great for 6 months here. We've had probably 4 thunderstorms, and it's rained maybe 6 different times. Like really. It's just like almost clear blue skies every day here. Vietnamese weather or Indian weather, which do you feel more hotter? Oh, but India is so big. Like India is massive. So and there's so many different mountain ranges and this coastline. So the weather is different all over India. So I don't know. What was your question? Which do you feel more hotter? If you're in northern India and northern Vietnam, it's cold in the winter, really cold in the winter, like snow in the winter in both countries, if you're in the north. And if you're in the south, it will become cool in the winter. Cool where you might have to wear a light jacket, especially in the evening for sure, and maybe even during the day. Even if it's sunny, you might have to wear a jacket during the day in the winter, depending on how far in the south you are. But yeah, when I was in southern Vietnam during Christmas, it was cool. There was like a week and about 2 weeks, it was cool, like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 55, 60 degrees. It was cool. That was a high during the day. So yeah, it depends on the season. You're lucky that you haven't been chased out of the village. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I've met enough people around here who speak English, and I think they'll be fine. They would help me if things got weird. But everybody, I just do the same thing every day, and the people in the area see me, know me. I don't think there's an issue, luckily. Seen so many channels blow up from the Philippine subscribers. Yeah, I want the same to happen to you. Started watching you when you only had a few hundred subscribers. Really? Oh my God. Yeah, crazy. I remember when I first started my channel, I went out and subscribed to several channels that were in my niche, kind of, who I enjoyed following. There was one guy, I guess I don't want to say his name, but yeah, I don't know what his channel is at, but all of a sudden I started to grow and he stayed the same. I think he's still probably at like 200 subscribers, something like that. And he, for 1 year, I remember for 1 year, he posted a lot of content, and his content was, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. And then my content, for some reason, it took off and his just stayed there. I don't know. And I thought, I'm growing and you're not. I don't know why. But he was traveling in the United States, and he's from the US. I don't know, so crazy. But I remember, I will say, I started following, who is it? He's really big now. The food guy, Mark Wiens. So I remember I started following him when he had 20,000. Same thing, when he had 20,000 subscribers, I started following Mark, and I started following, oh my God, I don't watch a lot of YouTube anymore because I'm so busy doing YouTube. So crazy. Geez. Give me a second. It's on the tip of my tongue. Gabriel Travel, something like that. I started following him when he had like 10 or 12,000 subscribers. And I remember when he hit 20,000, I was like, yeah, 20,000. That was years ago. Now, obviously, both of them are huge channels. Specifically, Mark, he's at like a couple million now. Crazy, right? Maybe I should start doing food vlogs. Unfortunately, I'm not a foodie. I'm not a food guy. I literally eat, put it in my mouth, and go. I hate sitting down for a long time and eating food and like saying, ooh, the spices here and the taste there. Bored out of my mind. I get excited when I hang out with a local person and we just communicate and travel together. That's it. That's what makes me happy. So for him, it's food. So I guess more people like food than they like culture and people. Crazy, right? But in addition, yeah, people in the Philippines, when travel vloggers in the Philippines, yeah, they can grow quite substantially. Same thing in India. Before I came to India, I was quite confident that my channel would grow substantially from India. Didn't happen at all. Only had one video that kind of took off in India. That was kind of depressing, I guess. Yeah, that happened. So yeah, what's interesting, my videos were shit in Philippines. Shit. If you go and watch them, I just did today, and I'm like, oh my God, I put this on YouTube. Like I'm looking at some of my videos and thinking, really? Like, how did I think that this was good or okay? But anyway, you evolve, you change. So I would love to go back and do it again. So if I could, I grew a lot in the Philippines. Really, I did. Every month I get a good amount of Filipinos who come to my channel from watching that old, terrible content, ugly content. And so I think, yeah, if I went back, things would grow. So maybe I should. Maybe I should go back to the Philippines. I don't know. It would be fun. I'm quite confident that I would grow if I went back, because I would travel in a totally different way than I did before. Before, I was very cautious, very shy. I wouldn't say shy, just cautious. I didn't know what I was doing, had no idea. All I know is I wanted to just explore, be me, and record myself. That was it. There was no real intention. Just record where I'm going, what I'm doing, kind of what I'm doing now, but just in a different way. And yeah, I'm just thinking about my whole experience in the Philippines. Yeah, I just traveled a totally different way. I was quite nervous because, I mean, not very often do you just leave your home country and start traveling in a foreign country all alone. You don't speak the language, you just go and you hope nobody's going to kill you, because Western media convinces you that everywhere outside of your home country, the United States, is dangerous. Don't go because it's dangerous. Yeah. So you have to fight that in your head. So anyway, I was nervous. So I traveled in a different way, very slow, very cautious. But now I would just dive in. I don't know. Crazy. Oh, you guys have wrote a lot. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have to catch up. I'm talking too much. I have to go very soon. Dinner. I'm excited. I'm hungry. But wait, don't leave yet. It's raining here in Chennai. Mr. Tovlog, where from Vietnam? Oh, that's not even to me. Ryan from Singapore. Love Philippines. Anybody reading with me? Love Philippine people are so friendly. Beaches are stunning. It's just hot. I know. That's why you need to go next to the beach and go swimming every day. I did that. Oh, I love Puerto Princesa. I went to Puerto Princesa and swam like every day, multiple times a day. So nice. So fun. I know you made a few videos about solo travel in India, but a few videos, I think it's 53 to be exact. That's a lot. But do you think India is solo travel friendly, or would you recommend going in a group? Oh, totally. 100% solo travel friendly. The only downside is you're a foreigner, so you can only stay in certain hotels. That's just how it is. You can go anywhere during the day, no problem, but sleeping is a different story. You may get in situations where you think, oh, I'll just take the train, go to a village, or go to a town, small town, and rent a hotel room. And all of the hotels will say, nope, nope. You may even book it on the internet and get there, and they say, nope, you're a foreigner, you can't stay. And this became a huge issue traveling through India alone. Most people don't talk about this. Most people don't have this issue because most travel vloggers or most tourists don't travel like me. Most foreigners go to the tourist areas, stay in the tourist hotels, do the tourist thing with other tourists. And so they never run into the issues that I do because I'm the crazy guy who goes to the crazy places. And I can tell you, if you travel in any way that I do, it will be a nightmare for you. Honestly, it's a nightmare for me, even now when I'm traveling. So, but other than that, yes, traveling is easy once you get the hang of it. It takes a bit to get the hang of, but once you get the hang of it, it's easy to go places and you can go anywhere, no problem. Everyone will say, yeah, it's no problem. But sleeping is a different story. So that's the only difficult part. People say it can be overwhelming. Yes, I would say India is the second most difficult country I have traveled in my life. Number one is Bangladesh. It's just things are so different. Like, from my perspective, it is so unorganized in every way you could ever imagine. And I know Indians hear me now and they probably get upset with me saying that, but I'm telling you, once you get out of India and you start traveling outside of India, you will realize, oh my God, everything is perfectly organized and makes logical sense. But then when you come back home, you'll say, why do we do this in India? It doesn't make any sense. It's not even organized. Like, it will frustrate you. So I guess coming from a country that is organized and put together and everything makes sense, and then you come here, it's like, what? There's no logic. It's frustrating. Anyway, so yes, it can be overwhelming because of that. Brock, you are extending tourist visa every few weeks like we do? No. Immigration office doesn't give a long visa and just gives you only 1 to 2 months extension over time. Yeah. So 2 things. I have a 10-year visa in this country, so I don't need to extend my visa, but I do need to extend the exit date. I've contacted the U.S. Embassy and I've contacted India, and they gave me the contact details of the people that I'm supposed to talk to in India. Went through all of that BS that they put me through. Took me 7 hours to complete it the first time, to do all that paperwork garbage. And then over 2 months, they kept denying, asking for more paperwork, denying. 7 different times I was denied. Finally, I gave up. So nope, I will go to the airport and deal with it when I cross the border. I don't care anymore. They have no idea what they're doing, and I'm so frustrated with the Indian immigration. So no, thank you. They can talk to me in person when I cross the border. Some of your funniest vlogs are on wrecked bicycles. What? Wrecked bicycles? Like, sometimes I rent bicycles and they are of terrible quality. Yeah. I remember in Vietnam, yeah, that was fun. So much fun. I love just getting on a bicycle and going. Yeah, it's fun. You seem to love Philippines a lot. I think you should push it in before Sri Lanka. No, because I am really close to Sri Lanka. Like, I could almost throw a rock and hit Sri Lanka from here. It's so close. I'm really, really close. I'm less than 15 kilometers from Sri Lanka. I'm really close. So, plus I already booked my ticket to Sri Lanka. So if I change it now, then I lose money for that ticket. It's really complicated. So no, I have to do Sri Lanka. Then I have to fly to India. Both of those tickets are booked already. But because I will be in Delhi, my only plan to go to Delhi, the reason I am going to Delhi is to get a visa to go to Pakistan. There's only one place in the whole country that an American can get a visa in India for Pakistan. It's in Delhi. So that is why I'm flying to Delhi, to get that visa. And then, so it would be kind of pointless to go to Delhi for the visa and then just say, no, let me go to the Philippines and then just go there and back. So I'll probably do Pakistan and then determine where I want to go next. But I've told people that I might go to Taiwan. I've told people that I may return to Bangladesh. And yeah, the Philippines, today it really got into me. I really watched I looked at photos and videos, and I just remembered what it was like. And so I want to go back to the Philippines, so maybe. And in regards to internet traffic, yeah, YouTube traffic, it would be a smart decision. But also, if I return to Bangladesh, a lot of my audience now is from Bangladesh. I got a lot of subscribers from Bangladesh. Not as many as I would hope, not as many as I hoped, but there's a huge chunk. So if I return to Bangladesh, I'm totally confident that I will grow substantially if I go to Bangladesh. So Bangladesh and maybe Philippines might be in the works next year. I don't know. Crazy. If I ever get out of this whole lockdown thing. No, I love your Filipino vlogs. It's your style of vlogging and the way you interact outside the tourist places. Locals love that there. Yeah, I just would like to improve the quality of my videos if I return to anywhere. If I return to the Philippines, the quality will be increased dramatically because the quality before was pretty scary. Mainly a lot of the color correction that I thought was, long story. It was an experiment. I'm a big city person, so I want to travel to Jakarta, Manila. However, there's so much hate surrounding those two cities. Do you have any experience with the cities? Generally, I fly into the city and I get the hell out of there as fast as possible. However, I did stay in Manila for 2 weeks and just walked all day. I remember waking up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, going out all day and coming home. There were nights I came home at 11 o'clock at night, just because I was walking and walking and walking and exploring and meeting people and talking and eating and everything. I mean, you've seen it in the videos. You only seen 1% of what I actually did, really. So yeah, I met a lot of people. It was so much fun. I wouldn't say, yes, it was fun, but I'm not a big city guy. I like the countryside. I don't know why. Just because I feel like I can meet more people. It's more authentic. I know someone said something about authentic earlier in this chat, but it's just they rarely, if at all, see foreigners. And so therefore, their excitement is exciting to me. I love it. It's fun. When they see you, they just can't even believe it. And then they run up to you and then they want to be your best friend. So you sit down and you have a beer and you talk for an hour, or you sit and have coffee or something, and they're like, are you lost? Are you okay? Why are you here? Oh my God, I haven't, like even India, I remember meeting a man, he says, I have never seen a foreigner in this area, in my village, in 20 years. Just over there, just over 2 kilometers is the tourist area. But this area, nobody goes to. 20 years ago was the last time you seen a foreigner here. So yeah, in Vietnam, using the translator, translating to people, they just couldn't even believe that I was real. In the translation, people said, I have never seen a foreigner in my life. The only time I have seen them was in a movie. That was it. So yeah, I go to places where not a lot of people go to. So for me, countryside is more interesting. But in terms of tips about Jakarta, Manila, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Walk around, enjoy, have fun. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Did you have a dinner? No, I did not eat dinner yet. I'm going to eat very soon. As soon as I stop this live stream, that's the first thing I'm going to do is eat. Oh, that's right. It's lockdown. I cannot eat. My dinner is this. Everything is locked down. There's no dinner tonight anyway. So after months and months and months of being here, they didn't have cereal. They had oats. Oats was the only thing they had. And then one day, boom, they got cereal. So now I have my trusty green bowl and water, and that's how I eat cereal. Is it terrible? Hell yes, it's awful. But I have no other option. Food is food, I guess. So yeah, I cannot go outside for food tonight. 53, yes, great videos you checked. Yeah, 53 Indian videos. Because someone last night while I was outside here, through the grapevine, someone told someone who told someone who told someone that I'm a YouTuber, and so now like this neighborhood knows that I'm a YouTuber, and it's really weird. So he came up to me and he's like, you. He couldn't speak English, and I was like, yeah, and I looked at the Indian. I showed him the Indian folder, and it was 53. So I was going by memory. What is your name? My name is Brock. Brock, like Brock Lesnar. It's so funny, in India, everyone says, what's your name? I say, Brock. They're like, huh, Brock? Yeah, Brock. And I say, Brock Lesnar. Ah, Brock Lesnar, okay. I say, yeah. So in India, I'm Brock Lesnar, basically. Have you thought about visiting Kazakhstan, all these other places that I can barely pronounce? Not many vloggers cover them, though some say they are underrated. I have seen a couple videos of some of these areas, and I must say I'm impressed, and yes. I want to go everywhere, really, 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 I do. Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I think some of these places are more expensive, some of them not so, but I don't know, I have to do more research, because right now, it's not about, hey, that looks cool, I want to go there. It's about money. Unfortunately, that is how I'm making 95% of all of my decisions, because my funds are not unlimited. It's very low. I mean, it's crazy. Again, I've been spending money consistently for 4 years, and it's kind of scary. So my choices come down to money. If it was a cheap country to go to, great. But then if it's cheap, great. But then is it cheap for foreigners? Because as we all know, I've been to countries where you go there and yeah, you look at the cost of living, everything is quite cheap. But when you get there, oh, you're the foreigner who has to pay 2 or 3 times higher price than everyone else. And so now suddenly it's not so cheap. And now you have no option because you booked your ticket there and your return ticket is 1 month. So now you have to stay in an expensive country for 1 month. So that's just one factor out of so many factors that I look at. But yeah, they seem interesting. When will I go? I don't know. I really love Asia right now. So I'm sticking to Asia. Do you think returning the USA before you make a plan to go to a new country? No way, because the lockdown in India, don't know when it will finish. Come back to your home and see your family again. Good idea? No, bad idea. Boring. I can communicate to my family through the phone. I don't need to be in person to hang out with them, I guess, kind of. So I don't know. A video chat is sufficient. I want to travel. I spent 27 years in the United States. Now I want to spend 27 years out of the United States. I invite my family. If they want to come and visit me, I say, yeah, come meet me in Kazakhstan. Come meet me in Bangladesh. Come meet me in Pakistan. We'll travel together. I'll show you around. No problem. So far, nobody has came yet. But so no, I have no interest in going back to the United States. Too boring for me. What's your name? Brock. Again, when will you come back to Vietnam? Oh, I don't know. I want to come back. I want to go back to so many places. Everywhere that I go to, your face is so small, I cannot see you. But if I'm not mistaken, you are in one of my videos. Vietnam. Nui Cam? I think you were on the Nui Cam video, yeah? I think it was Nui Cam. I'm testing my Vietnamese. I don't know how to spell it. Nui Cam Mountain. I can't even type. Yes, but now I have to find my video. Give me a second. I want to show you a photo of yourself. Nui Cam Mountain. See if I can do this live. There I am. Wow, look at that. You were in this video, I think. Yeah, with baby dragons. It's very funny. I'll see if I can find my favorite part.
Hello and welcome.
My favorite part was when, right here, yeah, this one. When I wanted him to say.
I'm not sure. But the part that confuses me is the part that someone actually took time to put it in the cage. That's the weird part. So back there, they were releasing squirrels.
I've turned the volume on. I want him to speak.
Squirrel is in the top 10 or put it in.
I want him to speak a difficult word in English for Vietnamese people.
Cage. That's the weird part. So back there, they were releasing squirrels, and it reminded me that the word squirrel is in the top 10 or top 20 most difficult words for Vietnamese people to say. So we're gonna have you. Can you say squirrel? Squirrel. Squirrel. Okay, we'll try again. Squirrel. Squirrel.
I love that. That was my favorite part. What's interesting is when I tried to speak local languages, sometimes the same thing happens because I can't pronounce their language and they die of laughter. Oh my God. Yep, crazy. But your photo is so small, but I think that was him. Maybe he's gone. I don't know. He's not responding, so maybe he's gone. But that was my favorite part ever. Squirrel. I don't know what he says. I can't do it. Squirrel. Hello, it's you again. Keep safe. Thank you. How does your typical day look when you're traveling? How is it now? Now I'm typing every day, or updating videos. Like right now I'm working on thumbnails. I'm just redoing the thumbnails and descriptions and tags and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2 days, and I will continue to do that. I will continue to do that for the next couple of days. It's taking forever. Or making a new video. So basically the big ones are make a new video or keep writing and posting on my website. Because I'm trying to build that up as big as I can before I start traveling. But typically when I'm traveling, everything that you see in my video, that is a normal day for me. And some days I don't film. Again, you have only seen 1% of my travels on YouTube, because there's so much more that happens off camera. Crazy. How do you feel in the quarantine? So bored. It is so boring. How does your family restrict you sometimes from traveling because of COVID-19? How hard is it to travel due to the pandemic? Difficult, because I'm not traveling, because I can't. It's lockdown, so I cannot travel. So yes, everything is affected. But my family doesn't restrict me. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't know. They're in the United States, and I'm here in India. So once the planes open again, I will happily start traveling again, just like normal. Still alive, still live, still alive, still alive. I know. Where do you get these questions? I don't see them in the chat. I don't know. All I'm doing is reading the chat. I assume everybody can see the same thing. Consult. I don't know that. Consult. Salt. What is salt? Consult. Salt. Ding bit. Where are you? Oh, these Chinese phones, it won't let me support. Yeah, this one. Ah, squirrel. Yeah, squirrel. Consult. Salt. I don't know how to say it, but oh, I can listen. Yep, salt. You pronounce the C like a P or an M. Salt. I don't know. Squirrel. It's not difficult. It's easy. Squirrel. Why water? Do you? Because I go to the grocery store. So why water? You don't have milk for the cereal? So it's so weird. In India, it's easy to buy milk at the local store. I don't drink a lot of milk because it's not good for the human body, despite what your science may have told you or what you have learned from the media. Milk is a wonderful drink for a baby cow, but not for a human. Short term, no problem. Long term, it starts to cause all kinds of weird problems for the human body. Anyway, but number two, in India, the majority of the milk that is sold in bags and wherever you buy it, you must take it home and then boil it and then drink it. It is not homogenized or pasteurized like we have in the West. So it's raw milk. And so if you drink that, you will start to have problems in your stomach. And I learned that the hard way. So now, every 2 or 3 days, I go to the grocery store and buy one little thing of milk that is homogenized, is processed, and everything is okay. But I don't like to drink a lot of milk because it's really not good for the human body. So every 3 days, I'll have a little thing of milk, and then I will have milk in my cereal. But the majority of the time, it's water. Squirrel, yes. If you can buy a product called Health Mix, this? Yes, I'm aware. I have bought it a couple times and finally I stopped. I just don't like the taste. The taste is just so boring. Ugh, I don't know. I think I've had four of those and then I'm done. No more. So yeah. It's easy to make and healthy and cheap. Yeah, I agree it's healthy, but I didn't like it. It's widely available everywhere in provisional shops. Provisional? I don't even know what that means. Provisional shops. Interesting. You know more English than me. I can understand seeing you and Kevite here in the Philippines walking around vlogging. Yeah. I think it would be fun. Yeah. I don't know where that's at, but I've heard that word, Kevite. I've heard it. So, yeah. Since you don't, while you're from the Philippines, can you tell me about drone laws in the Philippines? Is it pretty easy? Like, just take it out and fly, nobody cares, police don't care, nobody cares? Or is it like a terrible thing? Like here in India, you are considered the devil if you fly a drone. So I can't. Police will come and like swarm you if you fly a drone. It's so weird here. Like, not even kidding. But I'm curious about the Philippines. Since you don't care much for the taste, I think it's the perfect breakfast or dinner for you. Yeah, I'm done with it. Yeah, that's the one. I live in India and I still drink it every morning. Yeah, it's good. It's good for you. I looked at the ingredients. I see what's in it. Yes, it is a good thing, but I just don't like the taste very much. Don't like it. Anyway, I suppose. My data is used up for today, and now I'm using extra data, the above and beyond data. Anyway, so I probably should go soon. Yeah. What else? I don't know. That's it. So that's the story. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. Okay, good. That's what I was hoping for. I don't seem to know if it's all right to fly a drone without permission because I have a drone, but it's broke, so I never gotten to fly it in the city. Yeah, I wouldn't fly it in the city. Maybe I would. I'm not really interested in flying in the city very much, just because I think it would cause trouble. But like countryside, all I care about is beaches and palm trees and countrysides and islands. That is what I want. But yeah, the city, not so much. Although I would like to get some shots in Manila, but if it would cause chaos, then I wouldn't. Yeah, I saw one of your videos, you were drinking raw milk. Yes, I was. And then I stopped. You should have said something. I should have said something. No, people told me while maybe someone told me, and yeah, and I have drank raw milk in the past in India before with no problem. Once in a while, it's no problem, but I guess I started to do it daily because there was no food. That was when everything was locked down and there was like nothing available. Like I was hungry and there was nothing. So they had milk and I said, yes, please. I wanted to buy it because it was oats. I was eating oats every day. So any amount of nutrition other than oats, I wanted to put in my body. And I only could get raw milk available. And I cannot boil in here. So drink it raw. Crazy. So you think it's all right, the drone flying in the countryside. So the part that I'm concerned about is you think it's all right, you're not sure. I remember when I was in Manila, there was one man who took out a drone and started to fly in the middle of the city. No problem, nobody cared. We were close to one of the squatter areas, so I don't know if that makes a difference, but nobody cared. He just took it out, went up and did his thing, came down, nobody cared. So I would assume it's the same, but I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully I don't get arrested. Anyway, I suppose I should go. I still need some internet for the night to work on some stuff. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So I don't know. Maybe I will talk to you in a month. And maybe I will be in Sri Lanka then. Or maybe the lockdown will continue for another 5 months and I'll be here for 5 more months. I don't know. Usually there are no guards in the beach. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, I just like to fly. Every new location I go to, I want to fly just to get footage. Anyway, that's it. Well, I guess enjoy, everyone enjoy your evening, enjoy your morning. Thanks for hanging out with me and speaking some English with me, because I don't speak very often because I'm here all alone every day. So that's fun. Anyway, that's about it. Have a good night. Have a good day. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Adios. Sayonara. Au revoir. What else? Alvida.